Hell, oh. I wanted to quickly say, before I get into the topic of what I want to talk about here, um, with the last update video, I wasn't really expecting to get much of a response at all, let alone to the extent of that. And I just want to say thank you. And going forward, I kind of want to do more of these kind of random, rambling, talking type of videos as I train here. Let me know what you think of that, and if you want to see more where I just kind of talk about random topics, because I like just kind of speaking my mind and going off on tangents. I think it's funny also for me to listen back because I don't know. I'm the type of person who I could just look in the mirror and laugh at myself and have a good time. But anyway, thank you. And the main thing I want to talk about here is, well, why the hell am I grinding? Why the hell am I doing this? What the heck, man? It's like 8 hours for 1%, dude. And then it's gonna be like over 1800 hours for 1% at 295. Why am I doing this? What is the purpose? Well, I can't really give you a good answer other than, quite frankly, I want to. This is what I want to do. I want to level up. I want to get to a goal level. And I can't say for certain I'm going all the way to 300. I never was ever certain about it when it first kind of came out. I always took it 5 levels at a time. I knew for sure 280. And then I knew after 280, and I decided to see how going to 281 felt. I was like, okay, for sure 285. And then after 285, I kind of lost interest a bit, and I got 286 kind of really slowly comparative to how I was grinding to 285. And then, certain events came out that just kind of drove more and more motivation to train a bit more and everything. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I have this weird kind of motivation sparks that just seemingly happen out of nowhere. And not only with this game, but in life in general. I'll be thinking about something, I'll be thinking about wanting to do something or getting something or whatever it might be. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more motivated I am to do those things. And once I get that motivation, I ride that motivation wave for as long as I possibly can. And I don't want to let it go. And I think the reason for this is because it's so easy to just give up, right? Like, I could very easily just stop, in this case, training this character. I could very easily just stop logging on this game. It would be very easy for me to do that, and I have done that a few times the past year. I've actually taken like 10 days where I just didn't log on at all, and like a week where I didn't log on at all. And those times, that was me just giving up. I was like, you know what? I'm over it. I'm giving up. I don't want to. And the thing is with giving up, for me, and even if it's something as stupid as giving up training on this game or whatever, whenever I give up on something, I'm just kind of sitting there blank for however long I quote unquote give up for. And I'm just sitting there thinking, over and over, like, why did I give up? How could I give up? And it puts me in this really weird state of just everything feels kind of empty. And I want to clarify that this is just in general, not with just Maple. Like, I don't have any attachment to this game outside of when I stop playing for the day or whatever. Once I'm not on this game, I don't think about it, I don't obsess over it, I don't care for this game. I only care about the thing that I am doing in that moment in time, right? And I've given up less and less over the years on things, but I'm gonna say maybe like 6, 7, 8 years ago, I was giving up all the time on everything. I would just give up. I didn't know where I was going in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know who I really was. And I've given up and I've just kept getting thrown into these loops where I'm just sitting there doing nothing. And I never want to go back to that. So when I want to do something these days, or there's something that I want to get, or I have a goal in mind, I'm not going to sit there and give up. I'm not going to go back to that blank state where it just feels like time is moving and I'm going nowhere. It's a horrible feeling and it sucks when I was there and I'm out of it. And I'm very happy to be in the mental state where I can handle it, where a lot of people can't. And I really do feel for those people, and I really do hope that you see the light at the end of the day because there's so much to see with the lights turned on. And I hope one day you realize it as I have. So, yeah, why am I training? The answer is I want to. I want to do this. I want to. I'm not giving up. Um, there's no motivation for being first. There's no motivation for being second, third, fifth. I never really care about the rankings going into this. And I think a lot of people can sit there and look at the rankings and assume a lot when they don't mean much of anything, uh, especially considering I was extremely easily far pace to be rank 1 in this game. And even more so had I continued that pace after Destiny, I would be an ungodly amount of ahead. But I decided that the best thing to do was to obviously go back to working because I did lose my job due to COVID and stuff. And that's why right after level 300 got released, I was training as hard as I was. So if I really did care about it, I would have very easily just kept going, and I very easily could have. But even I, being a psychopath, crazy man who plays this game way too much, knows when it's time to stop. And I kind of want to also brush over. Uh, I don't want to get too into the wild totem thing. I want to do a separate video where I talk about that. But I want to talk about that toxic mindset of having to do something. Whether it be you have to train for 2 hours, you have to do this. At the end of the day, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do absolutely anything. And, oh, sorry, that is That was supposed to be muted. Uh-oh. Class is dismissed. Anyway, you don't have to do anything. You only have to do what oh my God, I totally lost my train of thought. You don't have to do anything other than live your damn life, right? And I don't understand. I guess it makes sense to an extent, but just to give you an idea, I don't even train for like full 2 hour sessions anymore. I can barely do that nowadays. It's actually really hard for me to sit down for 2 hours straight and keep attacking for 2 hours. And I've been a grinder on this game probably since 2014 when I was going for 250 back at Drill Hall and Hall of Honor and all that. And the best thing to do is to just, keep on just thinking like whatever happens happens and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day it really doesn't matter, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of going off the wall here, but I've learned to kind of let go of that whole mindset and I hope that going forward more people can because again, I don't want to brush up on wild tones, but man, people saying like it's a good thing that wild tones are being removed because they don't have to deal with the toxic mentality of having to being forced to grind for 2 hours or save their 2x for totems or whatever. Like that is anything but an issue with the item. It's more of an issue with you as a person. And people who don't see that, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of end it here. Again, thank you. Let me know what you think of this kind of thing. Going forward, I really would like to do more of this stuff. And I do plan on doing another video regardless on wild totems and stuff probably in um, a week or two. We'll see when I have everything I want to talk about brought up and thought out and stuff. Even though it might not be my place to talk about it, I think it's important for me. Or at least I don't think it's important. I just think I kind of want to say what I want to say because I've seen some pretty outlandish stuff. And yeah, anyways, thanks again. See ya.